Good morning, my friends. I tell you what, I've said some bad things about England in the last few weeks, but it's always good to return home. And I'm here in Dover this morning. I've spent the night at the Premier Inn. I haven't got much good to say about that, to be honest, especially the bar that's attached to it, which I don't know what that is. I've no idea. It might be a beef eater or something, but the food in there last night was terrible. I had a pie and chips and it looked probably the worst meal I've ever had. I was going to review it, and I should have done really, because I'd have given it a bad review. Anyway, today we are taking my all-electric car, the Porsche Taycan, all the way from here in Dover up to Mansfield. Now I'm going up to Leeds after that, and I thought, do you know what, I'll capture my journey up to Mansfield first, and then we'll end it there and just use the Porsche navigation system again as well, and see where it guides me, etc., and whether the journey is uneventful or whether it's going to be an absolute nightmare. It was uneventful on the way down. Obviously, if you've seen my last few videos, you'll see that the journey back from Spain to here was a complete exhausting nightmare. It literally has left me a broken man. Driving me through Paris, couldn't even have a wee, had to have a wee in a bottle, which was I've never done before, in the back of my car. If you've not seen it, check back and have a look at that one. It is quite funny. Anyway, so we're going to take the Porsche Taycan all the way up to Mansfield, and I'm going to take you guys with us as well. I might have a bite to eat first. If that place over there accepts card, then I might go and get myself a sausage butty and a cup of coffee for the journey on the way back up north. If you're new to the channel, by the way, do hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Right, okay, so I'm going to go and see whether they take card, because I've got no cash on me, only euros, and I don't think they'll accept euros. By the way, the place there, the restaurant that's attached to the Premier Inn, that was terrible, was called Table. The table was sticky, by the way, completely sticky. The food was terrible, and the service was garbage as well, to be honest, because I said, oh, where's the knife and fork? She went, on the bar, and that's all I got. And there was literally one guy who went up, she said the same to the guy, went, on the bar, and there was only a fork, one dirty fork. My knife was dirty, I had to clean that. Terrible. Don't recommend that one at all. I'm going to go and give the Rebels Dover, I think it's called. I'm going to go and give that a go. Come on. Looks like it's a sauna. Rebels Dover, sauna, coffee and food. Open daily for sauna, locally roasted coffee, sourdough toasties. I'm not sure about that. Never into sourdough. Do you know what? I think I'm going to give it a miss. I'm not getting the vibe. Might be good. If you've been, let me know. I'm going to get on the road. Come on. Right, this is actually saying, I've got the Porsche satellite navigation on now, route planning my route back to Mansfield in Nottinghamshire, and it's saying it's going to take me 5 hours and 6 minutes, and it's going to take me through to a charging point, which is in London, which I don't want to go to, and then in Leicester, because it's trying to get me to charge up at places that work with my Porsche charging card. So I think I'm going to go off piste here and try and do it myself. So it's 10 o'clock, right? This is saying 5 hours and 6 minutes, 235 miles in total. That's ridiculous to do 235 miles. So I think there's a charging point on the way out of Dover. If that's there and it takes me past it, I'm going to use Waze again and just see what it is. So 5 hours and 6 minutes, right? That's saying, and it's saying I'll get back at 3:15 in the afternoon. But I'm going to go by Waze, okay, and we're going to see what that will do. So let's get on the road and I'll plan Waze and I'll stop off at charging points that I choose rather than what the car chooses, and let's see whether I can get there before 3:15 using Waze and my brain instead of that charging system. Onwards.
One of us. One of us.
Right, okay, so I'm going to charge up at these. This is what I charged up at when I got here before my departure on the ferry over to France. They're only 150 kilowatt, not 350 or whatever, but we're going to do that, get a Greggs, and then get on our way, because at the moment we've got 100 miles of range, and it's 10:15, so let's get charged up and then let's get on the way. I don't know whether you put it in, I can't remember, you put them in first. Some of them differ, you put it in first, then you swipe your card, or the others you swipe your card, then you put it in. It differs. Well, I'll put it in. That's what I said to her. Oh, hang on, there we go. There we go, slot that in. 79p per kilowatt. Ouch. Where's the Vaseline? Can't see any Vaseline or KY anywhere. I think we're charging though. We are charging. Let's get to Greggs. It's not really giving me very good power, but it'll have to do. If I can get as much in as I can while I have my whatever I'm having, sausage butty or whatever, or sausage roll, then we'll get on the way. I'm not saying a word. I had to get Costa. I know Greggs do coffee, but I can't drink Greggs coffee. It's foul. So I've got myself a sausage and bacon butty, or roll, cob if you come from where I am, and a Costa coffee, which I ordered on the app so I get my points. And what do points make? Prizes. Right. I haven't checked the car yet, I'll check it in a minute. Hopefully the wattage has gone up, because I didn't precondition the battery, I know. But I reckon this is going to be quicker. I've got to get back before 3:15, so we shall see. Gone for ketchup with my bacon and sausage on there. I was going to go for brown, but I was torn. Oh yeah, I needed that. Oh, it's good to be back in the UK. Well, we're at 65% now, and we've got 145 miles to, of range. It's 10:33. I'm going to have my coffee, go and have a wee in there, so I don't have to stop again, and then we'll hit the road in a short while. Beautiful day, actually. Sun's coming out. It's gorgeous. Getting a bit warm, actually. I've said this before, by the way. Everywhere you go to pay now, it always asks you to round up for charity. Does anybody do that? It winds me up. It's like they put you on the spot and try and make you feel guilty. No, I don't want to round it up for charity, because first of all, it probably never gets to see the charity and probably goes in the director's pockets, etc. And who's getting that money and the interest off the money in the meantime? Well, I'm being a bit of a meanie, but I already give to charity on a direct debit out of my bank account each month. So why would I do that? Why would anyone do that? No, stop it. Even McDonald's do it. It's all over the world now. Somebody's making out this, I think. What do you reckon? Let me know in that comment section. Anyway, let's try this coffee. I've had a flat white. Good. Now I'm just looking, come over here, because, right, it's 222 miles back to Mansfield, which is where I want to be. Now I'm at 90% charge at the moment, and it's only giving me about 200 miles. So I may as well wait. I know a lot of the evangelists will say, well, you should charge up on the way home, it's quicker. That means another stop. If I can try and get as many miles in as I can here and drive steady on the way home, then maybe I can do it in one go. Or can I? It doesn't look like it's going to get me up to 200 and odd miles, 220 odd miles, which is what I need. So let's unplug it, get on the road, and we've got to get back before 3:15 and beat the charging network, Porsche's navigation charging network. So come on, let's use Waze and let's prove a point. Onwards. Right, stop this. Let's see how much this has cost me. Let's get that Vaseline ready. Come on, out you come. Right, it's cost me £36.68. Ouch. Oh, that's going to hurt. I think I'm going to need a cushion to sit on. Onwards. Oh, 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 that hurts. Oh, oh, that's sore. Oh, oh, blooming heck. I tell you what, they know how to charge. Right, let's get on the road. I'll give you an update. Right, okay, so bit of an update for you. 97% of battery, 210 miles of range, 220 miles to our destination. So this is going to be interesting. It says we're going to arrive at 3:05. Now that would have been with 2 charge stops on the Porsche navigation system there, but we've done one there, and I'm probably going to have to do a very, very quick one. But where I want to be, I didn't want to go into London, and I certainly don't want to go into Leicester, which is where it was taking me. The Porsche one was taking me into Leicester. Take the second exit. So now I can go the route that I want to go to, and also get to where I'm going. And I've made a big charge. Now I've only got to do a very, very little charge along the way somewhere when I'm nearer to Mansfield, and I know around there as well, and I know where different places are, so I could probably do it on the motorways or whatever. So anyway, let's get on the road, let's get back. It's good to be back in the UK, and it's been one heck of a journey all the way down to Benidorm. I have to say, if I'd have done it in a diesel, it would have been a whole lot easier. And even Geoff said that, because he'd got, Geoff buys cars, he'd got his petrol, and he just said he so wishes he'd got a diesel. It's diesel for the win on long journeys every day, without a doubt. You know, the interesting thing is I've got 203 miles of range and 216 miles to get back to my destination in Mansfield. But if I switch the air conditioning off, which I need on at the moment because it's warm, it will take my mileage up to 216 miles of range. and now I've only got 215. So I could just about make it with 1% left if I turned the air conditioning off. But it would get rather hot in here because it is, even though it's cloudy, it is warm, and I don't want to do that. Or do I? Oh no, it's gone down to 215 and 250, so I'd literally be 0% when I got to Mansfield. Now that, it's tempting to do it, but it's already getting stuffy in here, so I don't think so. We'll skip it. And plus, I'd be nipping buttons off the seat then to get down to 0%. I wonder what would happen if you got to 0%. Guess your car would just stop, wouldn't it? Like when it runs out of fuel. Right, we are on the M2 now towards London, but it's going to route us around London. We're not going to go through the centre of London, obviously. I can tell you now, you can tell you're back in the UK, because roadworks 50 mile an hour. Do you know what? What is it with Britain and England and the UK with roadworks? 50 mile an hour zones everywhere. I literally went through the whole of Spain, from the bottom of Spain right up through France, right up to Calais, and virtually saw, I didn't see that many roadworks, and where there was roadworks, it was over in a few minutes. Here, contraflows, 50 mile an hour, and the people were working. Here, we've got roadwork, there's nobody here. Where are you? You just put roadworks up, and then you go. I think you just do it just for a joke. Honestly, the UK for roadworks is a joke. I mean, the UK is beautiful on a clear day when it's sunny, 3 days a year. Onwards. Look, all these cones and no workmen. All these cones and no workmen, and now my lane assistance is trying to push me into the middle of the road, or push me into the cones, because they've moved the lines over, so it's reading the other lines that they've scrubbed out. So it's trying to shove me and it's trying to pull the wheel off of me. Lane assistance, all this technology. There you go. Right, anyway, enough moaning. I can see the comments now. Victor Meldrew, hey, stop it. I am driving in the middle of the lane. They've moved the lines. How do I turn this up? It keeps switching itself back on again, this lane guidance, lane assist or whatever. There we go, lane keep assist. Off. That's better. Right, good. It'll come back on again anyway. It's got a mind of its own. Right, roadworks over for now anyway. That was about 5 miles of roadworks, right? Cones, not one workman. Not one workman in the 5 miles of that roadworks. Highways Agency. In fact, tweet this to the Highways Agency. You are a joke. The UK Highways Agency. You are a joke. You just put contraflows up, put the cones up in the contraflows, get the work done and take them down, like they do in France. Just follow France's lead, because we're just not doing it right, are we? Crackers. think what I'm going to do when I get a little bit further up past London to the north of London, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it onto economy mode, eco mode, try and get a little bit more mileage out, squeeze a little bit more mileage out of it to see whether I can do it and get my actual range above the amount of miles that I've got to go to the destination. So I think I'll do that when I get to the north of London. It's a bit ironic really, isn't it? It's a bit daft really. You've got a Porsche and you're putting it on eco mode so it crawls along like a tortoise so you can get more range out of it. Doesn't really make sense, but we'll give it a go and see whether we can squeeze a few more miles out of it and get it so that I don't have to charge up. However, I probably will need a wee along the way, which I can then just bang some charging while I'm doing that, but we shall see. For now though, we just need to get to the north of London. Now this is getting quite interesting because I'm on a long journey and I'm not going anywhere around any winding roads etc, or up any massive steep hills or anything like that. It's actually 173 miles and I'm not on range mode, I'm actually on normal mode. It's 173 miles to my destination on Waze there, and I've now got 173 miles of range. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if I whack a little bit of the range mode on for 10-20 miles and then also just keep driving long distance, that range is going to increase and the distance to my destination is going to decrease, which it has done now. 172 miles to my destination, 173 miles of range. This could be a tight one, this could be a close call. Right, well Waze has now changed my route. It's trying to take me on a B road. I'm going to ignore that because I'm not going on a B road because I'm not. It never works out right. So I'm going to ignore that. But what it's saying is no time added. It's now saying 166 miles to my destination and 170 miles of range. But I'm going to ignore the B road. I'm going to just do the M25 and the Dartford crossing like I did before, because sometimes these sat-navs, it's good to give you guidance, but then just trust your own instincts as well. Right, come on. I do need a wee now actually, but I want to test it. I might not charge up when I go for a wee, because I might just test it. That's now saying 165 miles. If I can test it, just to see if I can squeeze it out, make it not the wee, the actual mileage, and see whether I can get back without charging. It'll be interesting. I've got a Nissan Leaf in front of me. Good grief, a Nissan Leaf. Did you see that Nissan Leaf? Now that typifies electric cars, doesn't it? It's like crawling along. It's obviously on the lady that was in it is obviously low on range, and she's trying to get as much out of it as possible by crawling along like a tortoise. That, my friends, is the future. Actually, maybe I should have listened to Waze. Estimated time in traffic, 10 minutes. Welcome back to England, my friends. If you've been watching my last few videos, notice any difference to the French motorways to the UK ones? Absolute madness, isn't it? It's crazy. It's just nuts. Right, my friends, a bit of an update for you. Now, I need a wee, so I am going to stop at the services. However, I'm now on 144 miles of range and only 131 miles to my destination. So this is getting interesting. This could be really close to the wire. Can I make it back without charging? Who knows? Yes, let's find out. This is going to be good. I like this. I like this game. Now, I desperately need a wee, but the service is there. You have to veer off, go around a roundabout, and then go around another roundabout, and then come off. Don't do them. I don't do them. I don't know whether that's just me. If I want the services, I just want to veer off, go in the services, and then get back on the motorway again. Not doing it. Refuse. I'm going to hold my bladder and go to the next services. And at the moment, we're doing good because the range is actually increasing because we're going on a longer journey. At 142 miles of range, 126 miles to the destination. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Is it going to go down when I stop? Let's have a wee. Is the range going to go down? I might actually stick range mode on for a bit of the journey and try and increase the range even more. Now, it does say that we're not going to get back to the destination, get to our destination until 3:15, and the Porsche navigation said about 3:15 from memory. However, we know from experience of driving through France and Spain that it's never the case. It's always later than that. So even if we are a little bit later on Waze, by 15-20 minutes, I reckon it would have been the same, if not more, with the Porsche navigation system. Now, don't get me wrong, driving to somewhere like Benidorm would have been a nightmare to do it with Waze, and I needed to do it with the Porsche navigation system because it's a longer distance and I kind of didn't know where I was going. Whereas here, I kind of know where the charges are, etc. So I'm all good. So I reckon now We've got another 2 hours and 12 minutes to go. We've got another 123 miles of to the destination and 139 miles of range. So I think, I'm hoping we should be all right. So fingers crossed. I need a wee though. I need a wee. I need some kind of thing so I don't have to stop. I know lorry drivers have them, don't they? I'm not getting in the back seat again like I did in Paris. That was embarrassing. Do you know what? I think I'm on the A1, is it, or something? Am I on the A1? M11? Might be on the M11 actually, going past M11, going up towards Saffron Walden. And I have to say, look at these roads here compared to the roads in my past videos going through France and going through Spain, and just look at the difference. We're overcrowded. We're a small island, and with that overcrowded, the infrastructure is just failing. It's absolutely failing. I mean, what's going to happen in 10, 20 years time? Is this why they're bringing in electric cars? To try and get people off of the road? Think about that. Just think about that. Duxford Air Museum. Ha! You can see it from this way, going north. I think I said on the way down. My dad took me there years ago and I took a video camera with me, and I think I've still got the footage. And my dad was hungry. He was I think he was in a grey coat or something, I can't remember. But he says, I'm starving. I'm bloody starving. Give us a bite of your... I could eat a pit pony, I think he said. Give us a bite of your fingernails. I'm pretty sure he said that. I've got the video. If I've got the video, I'll insert it here.
Video me against the background or something important. Like these airplanes down there and Monarch and all that bull. Now we've got down here. It just took us an hour and... What time do we leave?
About 12.
Got an hour and a quarter.
20 past 11, wasn't it?
20 past 11, well, it took us 2 hours then.
Yeah.
I'm here at Duxford and I'm bloody starving. I can eat a pit pony. And I'm hungry. Give us a bite of your nails. I'm starving.
Does that say?
Need to land.
There you go. Duxford. Years ago that was. Absolutely years ago. My word. I think I was about... In fact, my accent then was totally changed. It was more Mansfield back then. I think as you go around the world and you go to different places, that your accent changes. But obviously I was living in Mansfield all the time then, and my accent was broad Mansfield. It makes me cringe a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with Mansfield, but listening to my voice in general. But there you go, Duxford. Wow, that was my dad. Absolutely loved him. What a legend. He was a police officer as well for many years. Drove a police patrol car. He was police patrol car driver and then a physical training instructor, etc. But he actually won an award for being being the best police patrol car driver of his time. And he taught me how to drive. And it was interesting when he taught me how to drive, because we didn't have electric cars. I got taught in a car with a gear lever or a stick shift if you're looking in the States, and he put his watch behind the wheel of the car on a hill and then got me to do a hill start with no handbrake. I had to take my foot off the clutch and then go straight off the clutch and control the clutch with no handbrake, and if I rolled back I'd roll over his watch. So he was a pretty tough teacher. and if I did anything wrong, he'd cover the rear view mirror and say, what was the last signpost? And if I said I don't know, he'd have a pen and he'd just whack my knuckles with it. So there we go. So I always know the last signpost. I always know, always observant. Interestingly enough, he taught me when you used to go over a junction, I always look, even though the lights are on green, I always look both ways just to make sure nothing's coming, because that's what he taught me, being a patrol car driver. I know this has got nothing to do with electric cars, but I thought I'd share it with you. And I went on a driving course with Porsche at Silverstone, and we went out on the roads test driving the Panamera it was, and the driving guy who was with me said, were you a policeman? I said, no, why? I said, I'm a graphic designer. He said, oh, it's just that you were looking either way at the lights, even though they were on green. I said, oh, my dad was a police patrol car driver. He says, oh, that'll be it then, because the guy who would come out with us on the day was a police patrol car, ex-police patrol car officer, so he noticed it. There you go. Anyway, and on that bombshell, onwards. Oh, I think my car charge is going to outlast my bladder. I've got to pull over at the next services, which is Cambridge services, and I believe there's Ionity charges, but I'm not going to charge up. It's going to be more fun if we try and make it back to Mansfield without charging. 123 miles of range, 102 miles to my destination. So there we go. Is it going to lose any when I pull into Cambridge services? We'll find out. Right, okay, what's going to be interesting here is, right, I'm at the services and it is a well, it's not a bank holiday, but it's a holiday week. The kids are off school. So it'd be interesting to see what the Ionity charges are like. Let's go and have a look on the way. I'm going to go for a wee first. So I got myself a meal deal. I got myself some a chicken and sweet corn sandwich, some San Pellegrino, some Monster Munch, and a chocolate bar that I've not seen for ages. I'll show you in the car. Right, there's some charges over there which are grid serve. They're taken up, but I'm going to have a look at Ionity over here. That should have been doing all right. There's 2 spaces in the Ionity. But we're not playing that game today. We're going to see whether we can get back without charging. Let's get in the car. Right, okay, back on the road. So let's have a look what we've got. 170 miles of range. Let's have a look what we've got on here. Please tell me that it's going to be all right. Please tell me. Well, I'm sure. Well, that's working that out. Look at this star bar. Now, I've not seen them for ages. 95 miles to the destination, so we should be all right, hopefully. Star bar. And, all right. Shut up. Shut up.
800 feet. Turn left.
I'll get you. Monster Munch. And I know I've said it before, it should be illegal, but chicken and sweet corn on brown. Right, let's get on the road. I've got a San Pellegrino sparkling. I shall eat them along the way. Onwards. Right, back on the road, my friends. 115 miles of range, 93 miles to our destination. We are all good. I think I've dropped a crumb. Never mind. I'm going in for a valet tomorrow. Now it's actually saying I'm not going to get to the destination until 3:40, but take into account that I would have made the same stop even if I was using the Porsche navigation system. Now I know I'm still going to get some comments in the comment section down below that it took longer and I didn't get there till 3:15, because obviously the evangelist will have skipped through this part here where I will have said I would have taken the same break, and they'll have gone, but you would have been there at 3:15 if you'd have taken the Porsche sat-nav system. No, because you've just skipped past this part. It's what evangelists do. They seem to skip by things. Stop trying to put me in the lane, I'm in the lane. They skip past the truth. Yeah, I've been spoiled. I've been spoiled with France. Yet more roadworks and no men working on them. Or people, should I say, if I want to be politically correct. There's just nobody working on them. It's absolutely... Do you know what? England, your roads, well, Britain's roads are crap, basically. Crap compared to France. And that's what I've learnt. Right, and I'm sure you'll agree, and if you don't agree, then you don't drive, because they are naff compared to France. There's roadworks everywhere and nobody blooming working. Right, A1.
Per mile, use the left 2 lanes.
On a brighter note, the better things about Britain's service stations are they sell proper Monster Munch. I don't know whether you saw that one, the cheap imitation of Monster Munch that they had over in France in one of the services that were in the shape of ghosts. They're not monsters, that's a ghost. Tell you what, I don't know whether it's just the last few days taking toll on me, but I don't feel great, to be honest. I feel a bit sick. I feel a bit, and it's not the Monster Munch and the sandwiches, I'm just tired. I think I'm just absolutely shattered after the last few days carrying it. Oh my God, there's a Mini in the ditch there and somebody's just getting out of it. Oh my word. That's not ideal. Yeah, I feel absolutely shattered. I think when I get back, I'm just going to have to have a nap. I'm going to have to have a rest for a day. I've got to edit later, but I think I might just take a rest tonight, and and have a good night's sleep. I had a good night's sleep last night, but it really does catch up with you. Anyway, 84 miles of range and 59 miles to go. So I think we're going to make it 60, yeah, about 70, 83, so 13, 14 miles of range left probably. But it all depends, because where it actually might take a little bit of a twist is when we get off of the M1 and you start going around all the windy bends and the smaller roads. That, and starting and stopping, that is when we might run into trouble. And also I can see headlights on coming from ahead of me on the opposite direction, so it must be raining. Windscreen wipers, headlights come on, all drains your battery. So we don't know yet. Could be a close call, this one. Yep, it has started to rain, so what I've done is to try and counteract the windscreen wipers being used, I've now put regen braking up. I've turned that up, so when I take my foot off the accelerator, you can feel the motors or whatever just slowing down. I don't like regen braking, but should put a bit more power back in the battery. Right, I did want to test the star bar out for you, but I can't handle it. I don't feel great. So 58 miles of range left now, 35 miles left to my destination. As I say, it's going to be interesting though, because now we're on a straight road. When I'm winding roads and going around the final last leg of the journey back to Mansfield, it could take a lot of the range off, and we won't know until we get there. I just want to get back now. I am absolutely shattered. I don't know. I had a good night's sleep last night in the Premier Inn. I think it's literally just caught up on me the last few days, of the last couple of days of travelling from Benidorm. Absolutely mad. So there we go. So let's get saying that we've got another 49 minutes to go, which is good. So I'm not, forgive me if I'm not full of beans. I am shattered. I want to get back now and I'm concentrated. So onwards, my friends. Right, now this is where it gets fun, because we've come off the A1, got 47 miles of range. We've got, I don't feel good at all, we've got 19 miles left to go, and this is where it could drop the range and we could lose range drastically, and if we do, then we won't make it back. It's gone from 49 to 47 miles of range already. So fingers crossed for me.
Use the right lane at the roundabout.
Because I just want to get back now. So it's cutting it fine. It's cutting it fine. Keep having warnings on my ways saying, watch out, pothole on road ahead. Now I've not heard that all the way up from Spain or right through France. I didn't see any potholes. Anyway, what are we on? 17% of battery, 43 miles of range, and we are 14 miles now from our destination. So all is good so far. Come on, we can do this. Right, we've got 5% of battery on my GoPro there, 13% of battery on my car, and only 6.8 miles to go, and we've got 33 miles of range. So, but I have had the warning, come on, about 4 or 5 miles back there, warning me about the battery that it is low on the car. So, there we go. We should make it. We should make it. What will we make it back with? That's been interesting actually, because it said that we wasn't going to make it, and then we did. At the beginning, when I was down in Dover and I was charging up, it looked like there wasn't going to be enough range to get there, but there was. So there we go, almost back now. I'm going to cut off in a minute because that's battery's. Right, sorry about that. My battery ran out on my GoPro literally about 5 miles. I've had one battery in. I bought new batteries for my GoPro. I had one battery in right from Dover, and that's all I've used. Them 5 miles outside of Mansfield it runs out. Anyway, the battery on my car is down to 9% and 23 miles. 9% and 23 miles of range left. I'm now going to plug it in. So I shall see you out there before I fall to sleep in here. I just thought that might be a good title for the video. Driving back from Dover in my electric car, and I ran out of battery 5 miles before I got home. On my GoPro, that is. But I was close on the car though as well. Let's get this on charge, and then we'll wind this video up. But what a journey. I've just thought that was like over 2,500 miles round trip. That is mad. Do you know what I'm going to do next time? I'm going to take a plane. Right, that is all from me today. I wonder how long that's going to take to charge actually. Let's have a look. It's 3:42 in the afternoon. Let's see how long it'll be before it's fully charged. Fully charged. There we go. It's going to be finished charging at 3:53 in the morning. 6.9 kilowatts. Right, that's all from me today. Thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up and share the video on social media, etc. and whatever. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Lots more EV content coming your way. Where to next? I think I might cross America in an EV. Might get a Tesla or something and do that. New York to Los Angeles. That'll be a good one. 3,000 miles. But I'll leave the car in Los Angeles and get the plane back. Catch you later.